In the name of Allah, the most compassionate, the most merciful. Why do we trust people we do not even know when it comes to the most important decisions of our lives? Marriage, our children, starting a business, or entering financial partnerships. A stranger on YouTube or WhatsApp tells us, do this, or end that relationship, and we accept it blindly. Meanwhile, Allah Almighty and the noble Messenger of Allah, peace and blessings be upon him, are with us at every moment and have shown us the straight path. Today I want to share with you a secret that will make you independent of all fortune-tellers, seekers, and unknown forms of Istikhara. It is an extraordinarily simple, reliable, and unique method for making the best decision and performing Istikhara. A 7-year-old child or a 70-year-old elderly person can perform it with ease, and that too without the need for lengthy seclusion or difficult spiritual exercises. If you want to be saved from confusion and receive guidance directly from the presence of your Lord, then stay with me until the end for this luminous and Quranic method. Dear friends, during the past days I made great efforts to educate you and cleanse your hearts from baseless ideas, and I warned you against an important matter. Fortunately, both those who attended the gatherings and the millions who followed these statements through social media benefited from these points and raised their hands to the sky, praying for us. One of those points was this: never be deceived by people who claim they can multiply your money, because such tricks have no basis in truth and no real existence in the world of spiritual practices and supernatural sciences. The second point concerned eliminating false hopes and fears that professional profiteers plant in your hearts. Unfortunately, our society has reached a point where people turn to individuals on YouTube, Instagram, or WhatsApp regarding the future of their children, family relationships, the marriages of their sons and daughters, business affairs, and their own future, even though they have never met these people and do not know them. These unknown individuals send a voice note or a text message saying, do this, or do not do that, and people organize their lives according to their words. Meanwhile, the noble Messenger of Allah, peace and blessings be upon him, and the Divine Being are always with us at every moment. Yet instead of listening to guidance, we place our trust in people whom we do not know. To put an end to these confusions, today I want to teach you a very simple, smooth, and highly effective method of Istikhara and choosing the correct path. A method that even a 7-year-old child or a 70-year-old elder, indeed anyone whose pulse of life is beating, can perform with ease. This practice does not require difficult spiritual disciplines, periods of seclusion or isolation, because its foundation is built upon Surah Al-Fatiha. Ever since we began performing prayer, we have recited Surah Al-Fatiha many times every day. Therefore, the light and influence of this great chapter already flow through each of our souls and tongues, and unlike some other chapters, it does not require a period of spiritual discipline for its blessing to become active. The method is as follows. Before going to sleep, whether regarding your child's marriage, starting a new business, or any other important decision, first perform ablution, so that you remain protected from evil influences, satanic whispers, and disturbances, and so that the dream you see may be clear and guiding. When you lie down in your bed, raise your hands in supplication toward your Lord and say, O Lord, I am about to undertake this matter, but I do not know whether it contains benefit or harm for me, nor can I determine which path is suitable for me and which is not. Therefore, by the honor and rank of your beloved, the noble Messenger of Allah, peace and blessings be upon him, guide me. Then, while facing the Qibla, first send Salat al-Ibrahimiyya, the Abrahamic blessings upon the Prophet, and after that begin reciting Surah Al-Fatiha. When you reach the noble verse, Ihdina As-Sirat Al-Mustaqim, guide us to the straight path, stop there and repeat this verse itself exactly 7 times with the intention of being shown the correct path. The number 7 has been chosen as a symbol of the 7 verses of Surah Al-Fatiha and in accordance with spiritual traditions. After the 7th repetition, continue the chapter and recite it to the end. The path of those upon whom you have bestowed favor, not of those who have incurred your anger, nor of those who have gone astray. At the end, once again, send Salat al-Ibrahimiyya. After completing this remembrance, lie down on your right side, following the prophetic sunnah. Recite the supplication before sleep and entrust everything to Allah. By the grace of Allah, on that very first night, or at most within 3 nights, the correct path will be shown to you, and you will come to understand whether carrying out that matter is beneficial for you or not. If, for example, you intend to pledge allegiance to a spiritual guide and become a disciple, you may perform this same istikhara. However, remember that once the path has become clear to you and you have set foot upon it, you should not turn back and begin doubting again. Sometimes a person may not experience deep sleep due to illness, for example, high blood sugar, anxiety, or weakness of the spiritual system, or may wake repeatedly during the night. As a result, during 3 days or even a week, they may not see any dream or clear sign. Many people become worried in such circumstances and say, "We performed this practice but saw nothing." Pay attention. In the Sharia-based Istikhara, seeing dreams or visual signs is not at all the primary condition or criterion, and we should not be misled by such thoughts. The essence and reality lie in the state and condition of your heart. If, after performing this practice, you notice that your heart has become tranquil, your doubts have disappeared, and your inner inclination toward that matter, whether marriage, partnership, or whatever you sought guidance about, has increased, then this itself is the greatest sign and divine indication that the decision is good. But if, on the contrary, your heart remains filled with turmoil, restlessness, anxiety, and hesitation, then know that your good lies in abandoning that matter. You may even ask Allah and say, "O Allah, I am a servant of limited understanding and I do not comprehend hidden indications. Therefore, through your grace and generosity, show the way to me clearly." If you do not see a dream, yet your heart becomes satisfied and inclined toward the matter, then recite this noble verse 7 times. Hasbi Allahu la ilaha illa huwa, alayhi tawakkaltu wa huwa rabbul arshil azim. Allah is sufficient for me, there is no deity except Him. Upon Him I place my trust, and He is the Lord of the mighty throne. Through this method you have performed istikhara, consulted your Creator, acted according to the sunnah of the Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, and ultimately placed your trust in Allah. When you begin your affair in the name of Allah and with reliance upon Him, even if difficulties, ups and downs, or challenges arise along the way, Allah will never allow you to be harmed or destroyed, because He never wastes the trust of His servant. In the divine order, sometimes a small setback or hardship occurs so that a person may draw closer to his Lord, and afterward a much greater and more lasting blessing may be granted to him. Apply this luminous practice to every matter of religion and worldly life, so that you may never taste defeat. I fully and sincerely grant permission for all of you, dear ones who hear my voice in the virtual space, and anyone to whom you grant permission, to perform this simple and concise istikhara, so that all may benefit from its blessings.